Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. Doing another shot-by-shot analysis. Typically do these, looks like now, every Wednesday, since we typically get a short film teaser every Tuesday. And today we are going to be analyzing the 16-second teaser for Night Shift. And just in case, you know, for people who don't know, it's the 40th anniversary of Alien, so they're doing 6 independent short films as celebration. So let's just jump into it. Our first shot here, we have, looks like 2 characters. One is kneeling down, and the other, who is in a cap, like a baseball cap, is... one of 2 things is happening. Either he or she is crying, or he or she is in pain. The pain thing I'm not so sure about, because this looks kind of like a calm scene. It doesn't look drastic. They don't look like they're in a hurry. But it could be, you know, one of those emotional developments in films where this character is being left behind. And the reason I say that, because above the guy kneeling down to this character in the baseball cap, you can kind of see a ship a little bit. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me, but that really looks like a ship just floating above over there. As far as the environment goes, I can't really tell what the environment is. It's too vague. I can't really tell, but nonetheless it looks good. It's definitely a beautiful shot. I'm just really curious what's happening in this scene. Are they leaving this person behind? Is this person like just gone, dead for, you know, can't help him, or is he or she crying? So, wondering about that. There's also another character later on in this analysis that too has a baseball cap. I'm wondering if these are the same character, but we will see. Let us move on. So this next shot, it's really nothing too special. Really, we see a female lead here. Well, I'm not sure actually if she's a lead character. Most likely. You know, it's kind of the theme in these short films because of Ripley being the lead female. Really, she's just walking through a room. It's nothing too special. Not gonna dwell on it, but yeah, let's move on. So you really can't have an Alien short film these days without a character in panic. And really, for any Alien film, you can, you know, it's tradition for any Alien film. What I like about this is he actually has a Weyland-Yutani patch on his left over there, and it looks worn almost. Even a little reddish brown, so I'm wondering what that's all about. Again, I tend to overthink these things. These are very short films. They're not intended for deep analysis, which is what I do, but yeah, it's looking good. So there you go. Let's move on. So this is something I talked about in my reaction video. I'm not sure we're going to see the alien in this short film. Like I mentioned there, I think they're saving the best for last, whatever the last short film will be. I don't know which one, but I'm curious about this, because what I said in my reaction is, could this very well be the chest burster just scurrying across the floor? Obviously it would be covered in blood because it popped out of someone's chest cavity, which it does happen in this film, which we'll get to in a minute. Or is this the xenomorph, fully grown, dragging a dead body across the floor? It's very much possible that, yes, we do see the chest burster, but we don't see the alien. I'm not really sure what's happening. And obviously we do have the white sneakers. Again, you can't have an alien film without white sneakers. It's required. You know it is. So I'm definitely wondering what is going to be happening with this scene. It's interesting. And I really like, again, with the sneakers, it's just funny. I think it's funny. Alright, let's move on. So this is the character I mentioned. A guy in a in a little baseball cap here. He's an older feller, but he's panicking, clearly. I don't know what the context of the situation is. Looks like he's almost reaching for something while staring something or someone down. I'm not sure what this is all about. We'll have a better look at him in a few moments, but what's interesting is in my reaction video, I spent a little time mentioning him, who is kind of insignificant in the trailer, but he reminds me of the director Kenneth Branagh, or however you pronounce his last name. When I watched the trailer, again, in that reaction video, I thought this was him for a second. Then I paused and I looked at him. I don't know. They look kind of similar, but maybe that's just my crazy head. Let's move on. So this is something that we saw in, I believe, the full-length trailer for all 6 short films, the compiled trailer. I'm not sure if it was in the Red Band one, but it was in the first one, and you have this character here. He obviously is sporting some kind of pistol, a Weyland-Yutani pistol, in a storage room. You can actually see crates with the Weyland-Yutani insignia. And what I find interesting is that he's backing up, thinking the chest burster or the face hugger is in the shelf in front of him, but he's backing up into a bookshelf behind him, and you can't really see in the trailer unless you just watch really carefully, but he's pushing it backward, which is obviously going to fall down, scare the living heck out of him, and I'm guessing this is when whatever is in that room gets him. I'm placing a bet there. So, we'll see what happens. Let's move on. Now, this is interesting. When I first saw this in, again, that compiled trailer, I was really impressed because visually it looks great. The visual effects are wonderful. You can even see the imprint under the skin of the top of the alien's dome, which kind of has like, I'm not sure how to describe it. It's kind of like a coil in a sense, and you can see that pushing up against the skin. It's even getting a little dark as it pushes against the thin layer of skin, and it's really, really cool looking. I definitely dig it, considering that this is kind of a low-budget film, and I think it looks wonderful. So there you go. And I'm pretty sure this is happening on some girl, because look at the stomach, kind of looks female. I don't know. I'm not an anatomy major, but that is my bet. There we go. Let's move on. Here's a better look at that guy in the cap. Here it looks like he's hurt. I think this female lead over here is maybe tending to his wound, which looks like is on his shoulder. Maybe she's putting pressure on it, trying to stop the bleeding. Can't really tell what the logo on his hat is. It looks like first I thought it was a tree, then I thought it was like a radar or something. It's kind of hard to tell, but clearly something's in front of them. She's panicked. This was a tough shot to get because I wanted to get her expression. And yeah, so I'm curious of what's gonna happen here. Let's move on. Now, it took me a little bit to figure out what exactly she was grabbing, but it's a baseball bat. And this is an important part, because when she's grabbing the baseball bat, notice it's fully intact, right? A baseball bat is a baseball bat. It's obviously what she's grabbing is metal, so it's a metal baseball bat, and it's clean, it's shiny. But watch this. Oh boy. Look at that. Looks like some acid got on our little baseball bat here. Just went straight through all that metal. Now, I'm really curious of what's happening. Did she smash a face hugger with it? Did she smash a chest burster with it? Or did she, like, swing a blow at the xenomorph? And maybe this is the film where we'll get a tiny sneak peek of the fully grown xenomorph. Or maybe the bat was originally like this, hinting at maybe a prior engagement with the Xenomorph, as a, kind of like hinting at a prequel to this film, which is very unlikely, but I want to see how this plays out. It looks like she's on her own, I bet you. Again, it's tradition, you know, gotta have the female lead in panic alone at the end, you know, of an Alien film. So I'm loving it. Another thing, sorry, I'm losing my voice, that I'm wondering is there's a red light behind her. I'm wondering if it's flashing and if it's doing that famous self-destruct sound that Mother initiates. Wondering about that. Let us move on. And that is the end, actually. Not a whole lot to say. Alien Night Shift, premiering this Friday on IGN's YouTube channel. Go check that out. I'm going to be reacting to it, and I already reacted to this teaser. So, you know, go check that out if you want to. Link should be down below. And I'm very excited. I really am. This will be our third short film, and then 3 to go. We've had Containment, Specimen, and obviously this one, Night Shift. Then what will be left is Harvest, Ore, and I Am Alone. Yeah, that's... I have a feeling Alone is going to be the last short film. Let's place a bet on that, Jimmy. Alright? I think that'll be the last of it. And if I'm correct, that's the one where we'll see the Xenomorph. Alright, 3 weeks to go, people. Let me know what are your thoughts on this trailer. Are you going to be watching it? What are your thoughts on the prior 2 films, them being Containment and Specimen? I, for one, really like those. Like Containment a little bit more than Specimen, but I really like the twist ending at the end of Specimen. Definitely hinted at kind of an expansion of the lore in this universe of this anthology. So, but I won't say what it is. Go watch it. It's cool. Anyway, go check out The Sanctuary. We do a toy show every Friday, where obviously we talk about toys, action figures, figure news, anything. And go check out all the content creators of The Sanctuary. Got some lovely folks out there making some great content. And as always, people, have a good morning, evening, midday, whatever, and take care.